Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining the yoga program today. My name is Rasoul, and Rasoul means messenger. So I'm giving the message of yoga for healing and allow ourselves to settle down with a couple minutes of meditation. Sit upright with the rest hands inside the laps, or you can keep them on top of your thighs, palms up or down. It all depends on your shoulders. And you can also have the thumbs and index fingers touching. Sit up straight with a long spine and close the eyes. And as you keep your eyes closed, relax your facial muscles, your bones, your joints on the face. Relax your tongue. Listen to the sounds of your heart or heartbeat or the breath. Very good. Now place your hands on top of your legs and start rolling your shoulders. You may do it front to the back, back toward the front. Shoulders stays down on head and face roll. Opposite direction. And side to side. Up and down. Now from the base of your arms, just stretch your arms upward and shoulders downward. Take a few deep, long breaths. So the movement today will be slow movement and flow. So we do some standing poses and sitting poses. So turn the palms upward with the interlock fingers. Feel the biceps, triceps. And keep your ears between the biceps. Keep your body to the right for a couple breaths. On the left. Back to center, you may grab the elbows or palms toward the back of the chest. Lift the chin. Now, keep your hands behind your back with the interlaced fingers. Raise the chest, arch your back. And kind of raise the arm behind you toward the back wall. So the shoulder blades are hugging toward the back of the chest. Bring your arms forward and body forward. Stay for 4 or 5 breaths in here. And back it up to seated position. Turn to the left side with left hand behind your back. Face the left shoulder. Now turn your head to the opposite side. Release and switch. Now release that and please come on to hands and knees, all fours. Keep your blanket to the sides, and if you have blocks on each side of the mat, come into all fours with your shoulders over your wrist and hips over your knees, arching, look up, round your back, exhale, repeat a few times. Now let's warm up the lower back area, hips, with your hips to the left and right, and looking the opposite way. Kind of restoring, rejuvenating the spinal cord as you go in lateral with your hips, left to right, right to left. Now go back with the rounded back, arching your back for a few more. This kind of supple your spinal cord and the back area. Stay down with your right arm, raise the left arm up. Bring your shoulder down and top arm fully stretched. Bring your buttocks back. Very good. Go ahead, come on to all fours again. Take your right leg up toward the ceiling, look up, and then knee head to the head, around your back, like doing the cat-cow with the extra kick. Hold the leg up with the straight arms. Bring your head to your knee, round your back. Release. Repeat the opposite side. And hold the leg up. And release. And now raise the left arm up as your right arm up with your left hand down. And bring your shoulder down on top of your head. Extend the top arm and bring your buttocks back. This is a good pose. Sometimes I stay in here for a minute or so. This opens up the buttocks, part of the quadriceps, hip flex, and lower back. Very good. Good. Come up to all fours again. And from all fours, start the downward facing dog. Excuse me. Keep your fingers spread and extended. And keep your feet hips apart. Raise the sit bones. And stretch your legs as much as you can. If you have a tight hamstring, bend your legs a little bit. But keep raising your tailbones toward the ceiling. Pressing away from your hands as much as you can. Open the toes. Open your toes between the toes. Extend the toes. Open the fingers. Extend your fingers. Start walking your feet toward the center of a mat or top of your mat. As you keep your feet parallel to each other, bring your body down toward the legs for a few breaths. Into forward bend, or called Uttanasana.
Now go ahead, keep your back straight with the arms behind you stretched fully. And keep extending throughout the spinal cord. If you have a flexible legs, lift the kneecaps to engage your quadriceps. Now stay with your arms upwards and buttocks back with the bent knees, chair pose. Rise and straighten your legs. You can keep your hands behind your back, open the chest with the back bend, or interlock your fingers, chest upward. Forward bend for a couple breaths. Empty your lung. Hands on top of your knees, look up with a straight back. Forward bend. Step back to down dog. You're going to stay in down dog for a few breaths with the raised sit bones. Press away from your hands. And you may lift the kneecaps to engage your quadriceps. Keep your chin away from the chest. Come on to the push-up or keep your knees down with a straight back for modification. And come on down to the floor to the snake pose or upward dog. If you're doing the snake, bring your hands by the waist, elbows in, chest up. And extend to your legs muscles. Extend to your foot toes. Back to the down dog, 4 or 5 breaths. Press away from your hands, raise the sit bones, lift the kneecaps. And make sure you're pressing every fingers down. Step with your right foot forward, top of your mat. Bring your knee over your heel, raise the head to stay into the high lunge. Now stay down with your left hand as a fist or flat. Face the right side with the revolve side angle pose. Keep breathing. Between hands, forward your left foot. Staying in forward bend for a couple breaths. And let's go with the straight back, called concave back with the arms behind you stretched. Take your shoulders toward the hands and extend out through spinal cord. Lengthen the spine. If you can, bring your buttocks over your heels. Lift the kneecaps. Good. Bend your knees. Go back to the chair pose. Straight your legs and back bend. Open the chest by bringing your shoulders together. Forward body toward the forward bend. Look up halfway with inhalation. Forward bend, step back, down dog for a few breaths. Back to top of a push-up or knees down to the floor. Now back to the floor to the snake or upward dog position. If you're doing the upward dog, keep your legs firm and straight arms, chest upward. Down dog, 5 breaths. Press away from the hands. Extend your fingers and toes. Between hands, left foot forward, long step. Straight the knee over your heel. And bring a hand behind your leg on the front. Lift the head to the high lunge. Make sure your back leg stays strong, active. Keep your right hand inside the foot, face the left side with the revolve side angle pose. Forward right foot, forward bend, Uttanasana. Now, keep your right hand between your feet or use a block. Bend your right knee, face the left side with the raised arm. Make sure you're pressing your big toes down. Go ahead, release and take a breath. Repeat the other side. And release. Bring your body back to the floor. If you have blocks, use 2 blocks under your forehead with a straight back. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. If you don't have blocks, just do your best. Maybe keep your head toward the knees. Very good. When you're ready, go ahead, bring your block on top of your mat, long. Straight the back and stand up. And let's go ahead, turn around and take a couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Repeat. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. Now, we're going to have the body turn toward the blocks with your feet together or hips apart. Bring your body from the hip crease forward, straight the back, and if you have blocks, use your blocks. Otherwise, you can also use the floor with the fingertips. Now, I want you to keep your right foot down, bring your left leg behind you, extend it toward the leg, like doing the warrior 3. And keep the weight to the left buttock or the right buttock, right foot. And left leg behind you, extend the toes toward the back wall. Make sure your chin is away from the chest. Now bend your top leg, raise the heel up. Step down with your left foot. Stand up, take a breath on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Let's repeat the other side. From the hip crease, bend the body forward. Hands back to your blocks. And stay down with your left foot down. Raise the right leg behind you, extend it. And keep your chin away from the chest. Sometimes I adjust my sit bones over my heels so I can feel that hip bone, buttock bones, and the muscles fully engaged. Good. Turn your foot up toward the ceiling with the bend knee on the back leg. And if your buttocks is behind your heel, bring it more over your heel. Step down, stand up, take a breath. Very good. Good. Turn around so you're standing into the long side of the mat with spread legs. Check your inner feet parallel to each other. And I use block in here so that I can keep my back straight. Or you can use your fingertips under your shoulders. If you're more flexible, maybe grab the arms behind your back and keep your legs strongly active. And keep your shoulders back away from the chest. Two more breaths in here. Take your right hand on the shoulder or use a block. Face the left side with the left chest upward, head back. And you may go ahead and raise the left arm up toward the ceiling. And release. Take a breath. Repeat the other side. And release your hand down to the floor on the right side. Take a moment and breathe. And bring your feet together slowly, heels and toes, toes and heels. Good, bring your knees down to the floor. Sit between the heels. Or if this is hard for your knees, sit cross-legged. Now we're going to work a little bit on the shoulders. So bring your left elbow up facing the ceiling, chin away from the chest. And you got two options here. You can grab the top of your elbow on the left side of the right hand. Or if it's reachable behind you, interlock of fingers. And also you can use a yoga strap if you have a yoga strap behind your back, grabbing on each side of the strap, or maybe towel, yoga towel. Let's take one more breath. Very good for the neck and shoulder in this pose called cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Take a breath, release. Repeat the other side, face the elbow on right side toward the ceiling. Again, you can go with the hand grabbing your elbow, elbow back on the left side. Or behind your back, interlock fingers, chest upward. And very good. Release that. Now bring your body forward to a child pose. I'm going to turn around so that the child pose. And the child pose is a very good pose, working your hips, buttocks, ankles. So you got two options. You can keep your arms forward, buttocks toward the heels, relax your head toward the floor. We're going to stay here for a minute or so. Other variation will be arms behind your back, toward the feet, as you rest the head to the floor or your block. So I'm going to use a block in here so you can see me. We're going to stay into this child pose for about 10 breaths, about a minute.
Very good. Good. Come on back to the seated position. And I want you to keep your left knee as it is. Bring your right foot forward in front of you. Bring your body to the right leg for a few breaths. You can also use each block on each side of the mat to support yourself. So I'm gonna grab that block. Keep your back straight, toes facing the ceiling. Bring your body a little bit toward the leg, arm behind your back or top of your block. And release it. Slowly switch. First start with the straight back as much as you can. You can use block or fingertips. This is a little intense stretch, so make sure you're taking your time. And go ahead, release that. One more pose. Let's do a back bend. You can use a block and keep your block pressed into your calves. Turn the biceps forward. You can go lower with your blocks if you like. Those of you who are flexible, you can have your hands toward the heels without blocks. Turn the bicep forward, chest up. Keep your head back a little bit. Push the pelvis gently forward. Let's go back to the child pose. This time we're gonna stay for a few breaths only. Now good, coming up to the sit position and bring your hands behind your back, arch your back, chin away from chest. This time when you're coming forward, bring your arms behind your back, keep your chest forward, shoulders back, and you can go a little bit deeper if you want. And release. Very good. Lay on your back, please. As you lay on the back, bring your knees toward the heart, chest, hug your knees. Take your knees to the left, head to the right. And we may keep your arms behind you extended. Also, you can cross your legs. Come back to the center for a breath. Switch, knees to the opposite side. You may have the face facing the ceiling or head turned to the opposite side. Very good. Good. Relax your body for a couple minutes. Allow your body to settle down. And I'm going to use the block behind my head. Shoulders toward the feet, and extend your legs forward against your hips or stretching from the hip flexors. Then relax all the muscles, bones, joints to allow yourself to be free of the thoughts, only breathing. Gonna stay relaxed in Shavasana for a couple minutes. Realize you're breathing in and out and focus on each breath. may go ahead and move your fingers and toes. And bring your feet down, knees bent toward the ceiling, or hug your knees like you did before. And go ahead and roll on your side, and when you're ready, come on up to the seated position. Bring your hands toward the heart center as a Namaste greeting and lift the chest. Let's finish with one sound of Om, which is the sound of the unity between the mind, soul, and the body. Take a deep breath. Bow to the heart center. Again, thank you very much for joining the class. My name is Rasoul. Have a great one, and Namaste.